Now children, in this second audio video, we'll start with the topic cooperatives. Just to give the introduction, I told you that in the village Kalpattu, there is a small farmer whose name is Shekhar. Along with his farming work, he used to sell the milk in the village cooperative of his hybrid cow to gain some extra income. Now the question comes in your mind, what are milk cooperatives? Children, you must have taken this Amul milk. This Amul is an example of cooperative. Most dairy cooperatives adopt either a 2 or 3 tier system. What does this mean? This means they have a system where this cooperative work. It can have tier means it can have levels, 2 level or can be 3 level. How? One village or a group of 2 or 3 villages. If a village is large, then only one village. If there are small villages, then they join together and form a basic unit of the primary cooperative. Only dairy farmers are allowed to enroll as members, and they must commit to supplying milk exclusively to the cooperative. They cannot sell their milk here and there. They have to sell their milk only to cooperatives. Example of it is a Amul. It is a cooperative in a rural area. Now children, what are these cooperatives in rural areas? So when these cooperatives started, it is also known as a white revolution because milk is white in color. So what is the work of the cooperatives? Children, these cooperatives, they provide credit to the farmers like a loan. They provide some loan to the farmers, the most needed thing in the farming. If they have to buy a cow, the loan is given by the cooperative and for other purposes also. Apart from this, cooperatives help, like it's a milk cooperative. Sometimes there are the cooperatives which provide them the fertilizers, like for farming also. These cooperatives help farmers by providing top quality fertilizers, seeds, insecticides, pesticides, etc. at a very reasonable prices, not very costly. Dairy cooperatives were among the first type of agricultural cooperatives organized in India. These were the first kind of cooperatives that came into existence. The cooperative movement started in India in the last decade of the 19th century, and this cooperative always has 2 objectives. What were the objectives? Number 1, to protect the farmers from the hands of the private money lenders. Why, children? Because these money lenders, when they give loan to the farmer, farmers have to then sell their crops to these money lenders at a very low prices. So they save the farmers from the clutches of money lenders. And second importance of cooperative is to improve the economic conditions of the farmers. I hope this is clear to everyone. Now children, we discussed about the agriculture as an occupation. We discussed about the fishing as an occupation. We talked about terrace farming. We talked about cooperative. Now children, other than these fishing, agriculture, milk selling, there are many other occupations also in the villages. If you see this picture, a weaver is there, hair potter is there, a mason is there. So it means many people do non-farm work also, such as making baskets, utensils, pots, bricks, bullock carts, etc. There are people who provide services such as blacksmith, to do the work of iron. Nurses are there, teachers are there in the school, washermen are there, weavers are there, weavers who weave the clothes, barbers who cut your hair, cycle repair mechanics are also there. Then children, in the villages, if you go, there are shops such as tea shops, barber shop, a tailor shop, fertilizer and tea shop, etc. Now can you see this picture? There is a priest here doing some puja, a postman is there, here the person, a weaver is there, teacher is there, blacksmith is there, barber is there. Can you see this? Can you see? These are many other occupations like spraying of pesticides. It is related to the farming only, but another occupation. Lorry drivers are there, construction workers are there, people who load sand from the river or stone from the quarry nearby. So it means lot of other occupations are also there. So now let's come to the conclusion, because today is the last day of the chapter. I have given this picture of agriculture here, people of landless laborer here, harvesting of crop here. So let's come to the conclusion. People in rural areas earn their living in various ways. Some work on farms while others earn their living on non-farm activities, as I have explained to you. Working of farms involves operations such as preparing the land, sowing, weeding, and harvesting of crops. We depend on nature for the growth of these crops. Rural people in different regions of the country grow different crops. Now we have taken the example of a coastal area where the paddy is grown or where the fishing is done. But there are many areas where the different crops are grown. For example, if you go to North India, what people grow there? Wheat. But we do find similarities in their life situations. They have a similar life wherever you go, where to the North India or South India or a coastal area or a hilly area. Agriculture is the main occupation. Then people are divided, farmers are divided depending upon their land holdings. Big farmers, small farmers, landless laborers, and the problems they face, situations in their life will always remain the same wherever you go in India, in whichever village. Now children, in the case of small farmers like Shekhar, their land is barely enough to meet their needs. In India, 80% of farmers belong to this group. Only 20% are big farmers. Nearly 2/5 of all rural families are agricultural laborers. So this is the statistics. Here I have put one quotation. Farmers don't just work till the sun goes down. They work till the job gets done. Right? So this shows the importance of the farmers. And now, how people are able to survive or earn depend upon the land that they cultivate. Many depend on these lands for work as laborers. There are small families in rural areas which thrive on large acres of land, business, and other activities. However, most of small farmers, agricultural laborers, fishing families, craftspersons in the villages do not find enough work to keep them employed throughout the year. So can you see the disparity among the farmers? A lot of disparity is there. Here also I have included one quotation which you will see in your PPT also. What you see depends on how you view the world. To most people, this is just dirt. But to a farmer, it is a potential. It is their source of earning. So that's all for this chapter. And now the time for the task. Read the complete chapter thoroughly. Do the given worksheets. Tomorrow we will start chapter 9 of civics, that is urban livelihood. Now children, reading is very important. That is why I have put this quotation. Reading is the heart of education. The knowledge of almost every subject in school flows from reading. One must be able to read the word problem in maths to understand it. If you cannot read the science or social studies chapter, how do you answer the questions at the end of the chapter? So children, most important task of every day is read the chapter and the PPT is given to you. See you tomorrow with the new chapter, that is urban livelihood. Till then, complete your work. Bye bye. Take care.